Hey guys, so today is Friday. Last night after trick or treat, like for the last couple weeks, I would get like tightness in my chest, almost felt like anxiety. But in the last few days, I would get like, the only way to explain it, and I told the doctor this, is like when you use an Advair like inhaler and you inhale that powder, how it like chokes you, it like makes you do like a little cough thing. I've had that the last few days, and it was getting worse last night. I started feeling really crappy last night, so we took Adri, poor thing, I already had her in jammies and in bed, and we got her out of bed, took her over to my mom's, back to my mom's house where we were, because I told you, I said, I just need to go to the emergency room. Like, all my friends that were our nurses were telling me, get an EKG, it could be pneumonia, it could be, there's just too many things that it could be, don't chance it when it comes to, like, your heart. So, we took her back to my mom's, and then Jay actually called into work. He's like, I'm not having you go by yourself. I'm like, I'm fine, I can go by myself. I'm a big girl. So we went there, and they did an EKG, and it came back fine. They did blood work, and my white cell count and my something else count were high. They said it could be that I'm starting to get sick, or the one level could have been just from pregnancy. They weren't really sure, so they did those, and then the doctor said, well, since you're not having, I'm just vlogging. Don't be a jerk.
I'm not trying.
Take your keys out so it shuts out. Oh my god. She said, well, if you were having like heart palpitations and something like that, why are you looking at me weird? She said, then I might be concerned that it could be, like a blood clot or something. I said, well, I have been. I said, I'll have him be like, feel my chest. Like all of a sudden I know where my heart's racing. I said, that's why I thought it was anxiety. And I told my baby doctor that last time I was there. She's like, oh, well then she said, how far along are you again? And I told her, and she said it was, she kind of wanted to do a CT scan just to check for pneumonia or a blood clot, just because I was having the heart palpitations. So she said I had to read this paper saying like the risk, but it was very low risk of like harming the baby. They said the baby's not even in like the developing stage, the baby's more in the growing stage. So they put this thing and like covered my belly, and like I said, the baby's measuring low anyway. They told me at the doctor, and she checked. She's like, oh my gosh, she said, you're measuring like 20 weeks and you're 23. I said, well, they told me the baby's small. So the fundal height was low. So the baby was down really low. So it was perfectly easy and doable to make sure my whole belly was covered and it wouldn't interfere with the CT scan. I hate that when they put that dye in. That's like the weirdest feeling. You feel like you peed yourself. You feel hot all over, and you have that nasty metal taste in your mouth. It's so gross. So I did that, and then they took me back down to my room. It was so funny because the guy that wheeled me down to x-ray, he's like, do you work here? I said, well, I used to. I said, I used to be housekeeping on third shift. He's like, well, that's why you look familiar. He's like, I knew you from somewhere. I haven't worked there since summer of last year, summer of 2015. So I must have left my mark, I guess. I don't know. I always got along with everybody there. Sorry. So then she said, since that was fine, she said, my nose is like really messed up. She said, the tissue is all inflamed and angry. And so I've had this cold for like weeks. She said, stuff just constantly drains down. She said, sometimes with nasal problems, it can cause like a slight cough and like issues with your chest. So I'm going to get my prescription filled. We were there till like 2:30 in the morning. We went at like 10. We were there for a while. So after I got done, they ended up giving me an IV of fluids to flush the dye out and to just give me some hydration. And then she said, first she said she's going to give me a steroid, and then she said, well, we'll just wait. She said to try try this nasal spray first, and then if it doesn't go away, then I could go back in or call my other doctor and try a steroid. So I'm going to get my nasal spray, and she also told me to use it. I've never used nasal spray. I'm terrified. So I'm supposed to use it in the morning time and nighttime, and then a couple times throughout the day. So I'm supposed to use like 4 to 6 times a day to get that tissue to calm down and see if it helps. And she also told me to get Benadryl and take it before bed to help me sleep and to help this stuff from draining. So we are getting gas, and then we are heading over here to Meijer to drop off my prescription, and then going to pick up Adri because my mom has to go in for an MRI and a CT scan. I think from her head. Was that what it is? From her head? From her accident? I think from her head. Either her head or back or her foot, because those are things that are still bothering her. And they said she did have something wrong with her. She keeps getting the dizziness and headaches because there's something wrong with like the little thing in her ear, which I've had that before. It's almost like vertigo, but it's not, and it's miserable. So we're going to pick up Adri. We're going to drop my prescription, go pick up Adri, and then we'll come back and pick up my prescription. I wanted some ice cream and cottage cheese and yogurt, but I'm not allowed because it's not in the budget. So the baby has to go without calcium. Because Jay said I'm not allowed to have it. I have to wait till next week because we're on a budget and we just grocery shopped last week. But since Jay got his bonus check yesterday, Adri gets to go get that toy that she wanted from Toys R Us. So we are going to take her to do that. So that's what we're doing. If anything else exciting happens today, I'll let you know. I'm more like stuffy congested today than I was yesterday. So hopefully...
So you let me drop it off right here.
Sure. That's probably why the white cell count was high, because I'm starting to get sick or continuing to get sick. Just go through the drive-thru then, yeah. Oh my gosh. Do people have brains? He's an employee. He's one of the managers. So yeah, that's what we're doing. If we do anything else, I will make sure to let you know.
It turns at you. This is what Alyssa has.
Does she? We're at the toy store. Adri really wants a Star Lily. It's $120. I told her she'll have to put that on her Christmas list. For real? That's crazy. Daddy got his bonus check, so she gets to pick a toy. Daddy said $50 or less. Okay. I think Daddy found the calico critters. Okay, we are finally eating for the first time today. Adri ate oatmeal with my mom, so we're about to eat. So we have chips.
Again?
We're back at La Shareda. Adri, she had the choice of La Shareda or Chinese food. She chose La Shareda. And I see it. So we have guacamole. Yes, honey, let's see your chip. Cheese dip, salsa. I have a chicken fajita coming. What do you have coming for you? Soft taco supreme?
Without lettuce.
Without lettuce? It's late. What is it? Like almost 6? And I haven't eaten yet today. I got a strange phone call earlier when I was at the grocery. I'll fill you in on that later. We're just gonna enjoy a nice, yummy dinner. And maybe some movies. Okay. They brought out my sides. I already ate my rice.
Because after that, people at home.
Okay. And then my chicken and peppers and onions. Yummy. Jay's has chicken, steak, and shrimp. Adri's making, she likes to mix the cheese, the guacamole, and the salsa. And Gigi has salsa. We're at the movie store. Adri's picking out movies.
And I already pick out Halloween Pac-Man.
Halloween Pac-Man. Miffy, that she gets like everything here.
And a Shimmer and Shine one.
Okay, I'll hold those. Kids' movies are free for 5 nights. So she's picking up. Oh, let me see your purse. She got her purse.
Like a circle for that.
Wow, beautiful twirl.
Just like a list of family fun, happy people at home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get some movies.